We're in a Dignity Health emergency room. And Azolas is the emergency room physician. And he's just finished talking to an elderly lady in severe life-threatening distress, and he's got a couple of younger folks he's training in there with him. He turns to him and he says, all right, he's got the info from her. He says, all right, let's go get some answers. No, he's not going to look up their medical history. He's going to have one of them checked, see what political party she's in. He's going to have another one, Dignity Health, active part of America's High-Tech Lifelines, 424-229-4140. Look for their check-in post N5 in front of. Just like the Adventist cult, folks, California's cowardly doctors doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing. Let's get some answers. They find out what church he goes to, what political party, where she lives, who she might know, and yes, give her medical treatment accordingly. You want to know how Dignity Health's character affects you? You don't have to know a thing about medicine. Just truth. You put their numbers on the backs of their files. I just put it on, I hope I get the name right, it's formed yesterday, Flight 93 check 5.blogspot.com. Flight 93. 93 is a numerals 2. Flight 93 check 5, all one word, no spaces, no dashes, nothing. Flight 93 check 5.blogspot.com, and it'll take you to where you can download from a Flickr and a Google Drive the files, specifically the files, not my 25,000 plus. You want those? Oh, look on Christ Complex links, vote-truth.blogspot.com, vote-truth.blogspot.com as well. Forgot the last part. And you call them up. Put their numbers on the backs of those files. Every executive down to lowly a janitor, cafeteria worker. And you ask them, what do you know about this? You never know who might know something about that and not want to be bulked in with, that means it's really good. Because they've been silent like a half hour and they got a parking lot full there, Spectrum does. You ask them when you call them up via speakerphone in person, and if you do have Dignity Health, Glendale Memorial is the closest thing here that I know of it. I don't know that much about it. I give it just to know their doctors are taking part in America's High-Tech Lifelines very actively, very tauntingly at that. But let me get my sugar shake so it doesn't get too long. You ask him, why can't my phone reach? What is your part in that? Did you actually give a man something that was 8 times more potent than morphine? Disrespect him while he was there until the point they wanted me to know they can do something about the pain. I'm in constantly. And then they just discharged. Apparently they found out about the fights and wanted to end on their own fire. Discharged me with no medicine, not even aspirin for that pain. And yeah, I'll give them that. That did work 8 times better than morphine. I don't think it was the desired result. The desired result, I think, was they wanted to make me sick from it. just for me observing. I don't know anything about it, or I think it's supposed to knock me out. Perhaps that was a possibility. I don't know. I'm not trained in medicine. Because they took me downstairs. They got their MRI in the basement. And he did the MRI of me. And the technician there surprisingly had to tell the other technician everything but the head. Well, what's that's all about? Unless it's the growing eyes, they don't want to be making an MRI of in the way of medical research. But I think if I had been out, they might have just done the whole thing. I don't know. I'm supposing here. You document fact that you trying to call me. 424-229-4140. Whatever boring thing you get when you don't get me. I had to look for my Milton. It's not going to be boring if you need firemen, police, paramedics. Money out of your pocket every day. And some folks' occupations, like when you're calling up countless other customers and you get that boring thing, that's your Gates livelihood. So Gates in the computer industry, Spectrum, and the internet cable phone business can get the business. But yeah, medicine should not be something affected by political, religious, business censorship. And oh, that reminds me, as they're doing their checking and contacting those folks who aren't in the medical community to ask if they can get treatment, and I don't think it's like they're execs, it's just folks active in America's High-Tech Lifelines. As they're doing that, they hear a horrendous scream from a little girl down the hallway. And Azolas, as one of the interns goes to see about that, he says, "Oh no, don't bother. She's a Democrat. Her parents are." I'm going to show you my eyes and hopefully get stuff done before I wind down. That's why I design a lot of imagery. I'm in a lot of pain all the time and it distracts me. I have to get back to that, though I don't really feel like it, but I'm getting a lot of organization done. And yes, yesterday I got those that Big 5 blog spot up. Flight 93, check. Flight 93. Don't forget the www up front. www.flight93 check. CHECK. We'll guessing. Flight 93, check 5. I'm trying to organize my stuff, and I know I got another whole bunch of things in this pile that I need to. And there's a handsome bald guy right there. Very distracting. Checking Posting 5 with Dignity Health. All get their doctor's numbers. If you're worried about bringing me up, as far as reprisals for, that's insulin poisoning I'm going through. Martha Alicia Meza prescribed it early in this year. I've been giving myself the injections since to the middle of last month, September, when that just hit me like a ton of bricks. It's her little joke, Meza, that it's slow acting. And then you don't get medical treatment from a hospital, Dignity Health's Glendale Memorial, and you don't get proper treatment from the drunk LA firefighter paramedics that show up to take you to that inferior hospital. But yeah, once again, if you're you're worried about reprisals as far as not getting the best treatment because you asked, you shouldn't be going to that doctor to begin with. Get yourself a good one other than Dignity Health, and you call them up with those numbers on the backs of 5s. Same for the Mormons, very active in America's High-Tech Lifelines, and LA firefighters. That's not the first time I've had a bad experience with them. disrespect from them as well. They're in a noble profession. They're dragging it down, guys. You point that out. They don't know what a 9/11 Flight 93 check is. Educate them and tell them you should know. You've been in the same state with this guy for a decade. He's been asking for 9/11 Flight 93 checks. Are you involved or are you incompetent? Chicken posted pod. Let me show you the eyes after I finish these real quick. And yeah, they pointed out how I'm not taking the insulin, of course, but had me on Lyrica, and before that had me on gabapentin, and I think they switched from the Lyrica, Misa did, to the gabapentin, from the gabapentin to the Lyrica, because it works less, or it's supposed to, but I can't tell. It's both of them put together. Don't do a very good job at all. So I've been eating through the insulin poisoning. It's still there. First a couple of days in particular, an intense smell of insulin, the Tresiba that I put into, you clear 2 units into a paper towel so you can clear the needle, all that kind of stuff. Oh, very thin needles, but if it's poisoning you, it's poisoning you. There's the eye from 2013. That's the way they looked most of my life. Yes, Dr. Azolas. He's got a different name. Did that thing in the software himself. And this is from 2014, just before I ended up in the Good Samaritan, a decent hospital here in LA. Decent doctors. But the bluer part growing in, through and around, bigger browner part, smaller browner part, slowly disappearing. It should not be there. Wasn't when I looked earlier. But it's genetic carpentry, it's spiral staircase work. I can't go too. Yeah, a little movement can get that kind of dizzy, nauseous thing going, and that's all they gave me when they put out some kind of stomach medicine, and I think it was it's over-the-counter stuff. There's the blue eyes going in through and around. There's the brown eyes on their way out, and you'd think doctors of blind folks would be interested in eyes grown anew. But I guess if you have too many, like the Adventist cult folks, just on the other side of those 2 highways, they're vegetarians, they're angry all the time. One actually hit me on my sore leg with a clipboard after not doing what they told me he was going to do for going to him. That's not the only one from there. And also, LAC USC cake method was not the best. Put that stent in with that heart attack, no chest pain, the 10th of October a couple years ago. And you know how I feel about the Dignity Health folks. You should check your lifeline in front of them and ask them about that via speakerphone if you're no longer a patient of theirs. And get the reaction if you don't know what that is. Seems kind of fishy. 424-229-4140. Make that video of America's High-Tech Lifelines, post it. Ask and answer Jesus' question about Barack Hussein Obama. Every day they conduct the harassment techniques here at Teague Terrace with Spectrum next door and down below. The noise, and certainly in that ER room of Dignity Health. I've answered that question with that alone. I've also answered it with oh, you can put Trump in there if you want. He's comic relief, though, after... see that phone is every child in America's lifetime that could be being hijacked? Right there, right now. They're worried enough about the alter phone where it's covered up. You get that on video. Timestamp on his phone number dialed, whoever's in the room there with you. Takes 5 minutes to do it, turn around, let them make a video of your hijacked lifeline. But yeah, I've answered that question already with 10 years of not getting a 9/11 Flight 93 check. You answer it for yourself with your family's lifeline. Come tell me in person about that perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house. Really the censorship that is that Hussein placing after 9/11. Tell me about that perfect place. You can call it an opportunity house if you want. Opportunity for a whole lot of good folks, all kinds of walks of life all over the world. But I have to tell you it's Jesus' immaculate house because there will be a test at the end. I hear it's pass, fail, or purgatory.